The next thing we need to do is connect the saddle to the reed head. I've had a bit play around with some of the bits of bracketry you get. They've got nice slotted holes in them, so it's all fully adjustable. And I've configured it so basically I can put 2 screws in there, drill and tap 2 holes in there, and all this is adjustable, which means there'll be no, you don't want any stress putting on the reed head when you screw it together. I mean, I've got a mill machine and I can weld aluminium. I could fabricate a complete bracket for this, but the idea is to try and use what comes in the kit, and what comes in the kit's pretty good. There's also a big long one there. I think what I'll do, I'll go with this. Drill and tap 2 holes in there, there's plenty of metal there. 2 screws in there, tighten it all up, and then we should be able to get this scale running. And we'll come to do the cross slides when we're going to have the fun. There is some holes in here, but they're a whitworth size, and it'll mean opening that slot up. Nothing, just to drill and tap 2 more holes in there. It won't hurt anything, it's in the middle of nowhere. I scraped the paint off there so I don't want a nice clean metal. I'll leave those 2 screws there, those 2 bolts there loose for the minute. Screw it into the reed head. The reed head's locked in place there, like in a transit position. So that's fastened to the reed head now. It's a simple matter of drilling it, putting 2 screws in there, tightening those 2 up, tightening it all up, and then we can loosen the reed head off and try back and forward. I'll get a square and just make sure this is square to the scale. So I want to make sure that that's lying level, or lying square to the scale, which it is. So we'll nip them up. I'm lifting it up a little bit higher actually, and we've got a bit more. Much better. Right, we've still got adjustment in and out on those 2. Right, I've got things nipped up more or less where it wants to go, so all we need now is a couple of 5mm holes drilling and tapping in there. I've got a transfer punch, it's a good fit in the slot. Right, we can take this off now and use our drill guide again to drill those 2 holes. Free hand will be useful for jobs like this. That's it, excellent in the hole. A little bit more. Okay, we'll tap that one. Plenty of depth. Once the tap started, we can just hold our block in place. The tap will automatically follow the straight hole. The block just make sure it starts nice and straight. I'll put a plug tab down there once we get the other one done. Just where you plug tap in the hole, make sure the threads are all the way at the bottom. Just a very light countersink just to break the edge. So we've got no rags. Try it all together now. Just rag the end of that hole with a countersink. Make sure things are nice and square, which they are. Everything's nipped up now, so I take the transit screw out and take the little plastic wedges out. We're sure it'll move the scale. The little gauge pulled straight out. There's no tension or anything. Right, I see all these brackets are all fully slotted and fully adjustable, but when it's all bolted up, it's a nice solid job. I'll give it a try and see what it moves like. Well, it feels alright. It's mounted now in its finished position. I've spaced it out a little bit. One thing I did have to do, this scale is actually at a slight angle, it's at a slight taper like that because the side of the lath's not flat. So what I did, I machined a little wedge of aluminium, a little tapered piece, it's actually a 4-degree taper, just to go between the reed head and that plate, just so everything's floating about, nothing's under tension. If I just pulled that up tight, it would have twisted the reed head, and the handle's supposed to do that. It's meant to be in a nice free position. So that's all mounted now. What we'll do, we'll plug the wire into the display and just make sure it works before we fit the splash cover. I'll get a close up of that showing the little wedge of aluminium in there. That's a little tapered piece in here, just a 4-degree taper, because as I said, that scale is actually lying in at the top 4 degrees. So now everything's nice and true the way it's supposed to be. This is the metal cover that goes over the top of the slide. I cut 1/4 inch off the height of it so I can get it in easier. I took one of the end caps off. That simply slides in like that. End cap will go back on, and it's held on with two 5mm bolts. Just means any water is going to run off it altogether. As it is, it's quite well waterproofed and there's a good seal on the bottom. But that just means anything that drips down there is going to run over the top of the scale. Just going to use 4mm bolts to hold these on. Transfer punch once again. I'll just drill these ones freehand. Amazing the thickness of the paint and how brittle it actually is. Mark the other end, just the same. They're very similar scales on the other machine, but they're a lot bigger, and I have no guards on them, I've had no problems at all. supply guard, so we might as well use it. I've actually just bought this drill. It's got a little light on. I thought it was quite gimmicky actually, but it's not. It is handy. It is useful. More than enough. Little short screws, that's all I need, just two of them just to hold it in place. There's a little plastic cord that goes in the end. And we'll have to measure how much wire we're going to have and secure it probably down there somewhere. That just goes in the end. A couple of really small screws hold it in. And this will give the scale quite a lot of protection. I think when they made this splash guard they must have had a bit of steel left off a ship's hull. So honestly it must be 3/16 of an inch thick. Basically just held on with one bolt and two brackets at the bottom. I've left enough cable to get the full travel, but not too much so it's hanging around loose. That would be alright, there's no tension on that. I've got a DRO on my milling machine, but all it is a basic 3-axis DRO. It hasn't got a computer in it like this one where you can program different coordinates and whatnot. It'll be quite interesting to play with this. Nice clear numbers, even I can see them in 10 millimeters.